All right, 210. Hey guys, this is Natasha with Nathaniel 210 podcast. Guys, if you are watching on YouTube, then go also listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're listening, then go watch it on YouTube because you're gonna want to see who I have. You're gonna hear his voice and you're gonna want to see him. So, all right. Thank you to VodPod Media for housing and producing, and to Latino Podcast Network for having me on your network. So, guys, also pay attention to Latino Podcast Network for Latinos and Latinas in podcasting. So, welcome. Please
Welcome.
introduce yourself.
I'm only three. Shark Boy, summer never ends. You feel me? San Antonio native, going all around the world. Shout out to Natasha for having me on the show. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here. I'm chilling.
Yeah, you're taking over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we actually met a little over a year ago, I think.
We did.
Yeah. So
It's been a man. That's crazy. I mean, you met me when I first dropped Trap Summer. That is so crazy.
yes, and now you just dropped another album.
Pop Summer. Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So in a year, what's happened?
Man, in the year that you've met me from
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
so much has happened. I mean, I've, of course, dropped another album.
Congrats.
Had about maybe 4 or 5 radio interviews. Let me note that I've never been signed to a major label, so that's fucking unheard of. Probably anywhere that you can grow up in the U.S. Lost friends, gained a lot of friends. Family, it's been, great. Gone through stuff personally, but, who doesn't? And just had so much fun.
Yeah.
Sharking.
And now you're modeling.
Acting. I'm also an actor too. Yeah, I just do so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
exactly
it's every day. Like,
Yeah. No, we're both hustlers.
for sure. I see your
Yeah.
hustle and I respect the hustle for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's on your new album that maybe separates from the last album?
On my new album, I'm definitely doing pop music. I'm singing a lot more.
Okay.
My vocals have got way better. My production, songwriting, it's just a different sound. It's a more evolved me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, I think, might say, well, how much can change in a year?
Mm-hmm.
Everything can change in a year. Everything. Like 365 days, your world can literally flip upside down.
Yeah, like my life is totally different than last year, but it's all a blessing, it's all God.
Yeah, no, of course. So you actually are not just in San Antonio. You're quite literally trying to take over, or are taking over, right? So you are in LA, you're in Miami. Where else have you gone? To East Coast, like Northeast, like
I'm in
York?
ATL too.
Okay.
We are literally everywhere if it seems like. I mean, but LA, Miami, and San Antonio for right now are like the 3
Yeah.
points on the triangle that we're hitting up the most. Partially because I grew up in LA too, which I told you on my first podcast with you. But then Miami's becoming my second home.
Yeah.
My second home.
Yeah.
San Antonio is where I actually grew up and where I'm from. So it is my home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to be able to bounce to all of them.
So how would you, I guess, compare? I mean, obviously we know like LA is LA, Atlanta's LA, Miami. But as far as how you're being received, or even the music world in those different areas.
You know what's crazy is I get received better in LA and Miami than I do in San Antonio, partially because I feel like, when you are the fastest horse in the race, the other horses don't want you to race because it's not fair anymore. It's not a fair deal. And I feel like I give people that impression when, I'm in the studio or, they hear my music compared to theirs. They think, oh, this guy's too fast for us. Like, it's just not even fair to say that he's our competition because we feel like we're nothing at that point. And at the same time, I'm cool with it because, of course, to be Kobe Bryant, you got to make these other players feel like super inferior. For you to be so great, someone has to feel so inferior. I'm the Kobe of this shit. So I get it why they don't want me around. They don't want me in the studio. They don't want me at the same shows. You don't want me to hit the stage right after you or right before, because once I do, I show you what this shit should be.
Yeah.
And, it breaks people's heart that I produce my own music and I engineer my own music. Like, they're like, yo, where the fuck does this guy come from? Like, Mars? You know, he's a model too. Like, damn, I can't compete with this shit.
Yeah.
So I go to Miami and I go to LA and they love it. They're like, yo, you belong here. Like, what? You're from San Antonio? That shit, we can't believe it.
Yeah. So what kind of, because we're all about keeping shit real here. What kind
real
of,
shit.
Yeah, real shit. What kind of, I guess, feedback have you gotten from here, from San Antonio?
I mean, it's half love. It's half like super hate.
Yeah.
Partially because, you know, like you said, we keep shit real and I'm not afraid to tell someone how I really feel about their music or them or how I feel about myself. You know, a lot of people hate my confidence about myself because they don't see it in themselves. And that's not my problem. Your cross-examination on influence is never going to define me. It only defines you. And that's something they don't even get. They're like 10 years behind, whatever that means. Yeah. They're going to figure that out in 10 years and be like, yo, this motherfucker was 20 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not my problem either. I'm meant to put San Antonio on musically, and it had to be someone. But I'm the guy that's from the heart of the city, literally grew up in this neighborhood where we're having this podcast. Yeah. Like, used to walk these streets for real.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really the hoodlum for real in San Antonio, but I'm a model, so you can't tell them that because it's heartbreaking. Like, there's no way he could be the most hood rapper and be a model and be all this. Like, bro, why not?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're telling me that Will Smith can't be that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you'll watch Fresh Prince. You'll grow watching Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
It's true. I feel the same way. Like, when people try to, like, box me in, like, well, why do you do so many things? Well, why not?
Because you can't.
That's my response is, like, why not?
Yeah, they can't. They can't. They're scared to try. That's the biggest part.
So I mean, I'm all about empowering people. Like, do it. Do everything that I do, or do what makes you happy, and do multiple things. Like, don't let anybody ever box you into one thing. You don't have to be one thing. And that's why, like, my page and my brand is about me. So you're going to get my personal life. You're going to get, you might get some photos of me feeling myself.
No, I see. I see. It's like all across the board too.
Yeah. Because my thing is, like, I'm trying to prove that as a Latina, I can be educated. I can be a mom. I can be sexy. I can be, you know, successful. I can be all of these things, and that's okay. You know, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of closed-minded of like, no, you can only be one of those. And if you're a mom, you can't be sexy. And if you're educated, then you can't be this. And if you know what I mean? So I feel like you might get the same thing, but from a man's perspective.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's crazy because I also live in my world where I've been hit on by men my whole life. So it's kind of like my perception of the world being me is like, so it's, of course everyone's different, but it's like, it's so trippy because like I bounced around to different places in the world, but then when I'm home, it's such a trippy experience because it's like men don't know whether they want to love me or hate me, but there's a lot that love me and hate me. And then I feel like all women love me. I mean, I feel like I'm the guy that like you want to bring home to your mom, but you'll never find because I'm not around like you would hope when you're searching for the love of your life. Like, I'm not just sitting around in the fucking bar. I'm in the studio till 5 a.m. by myself.
Yeah.
And that's also not my fault either. But yeah, it's just a crazy, trippy experience. But I mean, I keep God in it, so God allows me to maneuver through all the bullshit and just stay winning.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it all. Is like, I don't have to worry about how I'm going to get to point A to point B because God already got me. Absolutely. I can live above circumstances.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No matter what, everything's gonna work out.
Exactly. Everything does. Literally. Yeah. I'm here with you. Like, literally.
Everything that's meant for you will come to fruition, right? So
that's true.
So speaking of, though, because you kind of brought up like a decent topic of like women, right? There are women that I'm sure have pursued you or continue to pursue you. Are you wanting a relationship? Do you not care? I mean, because I know I get it. Like, you're always on grind. Right. Always. You're sharking, right? Yeah. All the time.
Sharking all the time. Yeah, like literally 24/7.
So, I guess like, what would it take for a woman to kind of like be like, hey, like I'm your equal, or I'm your match, or is that something you're even looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a two-edged sword because on one side I'm not looking for that. Yeah. Because I just don't have time. Sure. And on the second side, it's almost like, this is going to sound like a super flex, right? But I really don't care because I'm Shark Boy. I feel like the type of guy that I am, is not the first of its kind in history, but those men never have just one woman.
Okay.
I don't know why that is. I didn't, don't blame me, blame my mom. Like, I don't know why. But I just feel like there's nights where I may want one girl, there's nights where I may want two, there's nights where I may want three. And it's very hard for one girl to understand that.
Yeah. I mean, depends on the girl.
Yeah, it depends on the girl, of course. Yeah. But I am from San Antonio, where it's like a super conservative town.
Yeah.
But if I'm in LA or Miami, like, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, that's the norm, I guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am a model and all these other things, but there's a side of me that's a fucking porn star. So it is what it is.
But is any part of you like a lover boy?
I'm always a lover boy. That's the mind fuck. That's why it's like I've never, had a problem with women. Yeah. I'm a natural lover boy. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So what shows do you do here, or what have you done here?
Like podcast shows, or like musical shows?
Like, music.
I think I've done like all the shows. I mean,
everything.
Yeah, I think I've done them all, because I mean, I was under a different artist name when I was young, too, a teenager, super viral then, and I did like so many clubs and shows, performed with like the radio station. So at this point, I think I've done a show with the two biggest radio stations, 98.5 and 104. And if there's another one, then I'm headed to do a show with them soon this year. So look at that.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people out there, maybe artists that are listening or watching, might want to know, okay, you're not under a label, so, or, major label. So how are you doing it?
Summer Never Ends, Summer Never Ends Records, the label that I am with independently, I feel like is touched by God, because people hear what we have going and they open their doors for us when they probably wouldn't do it for anyone else. And I feel like that's the biggest blessing. When you don't have to pay for the things that other people have to pay for, that helps us a lot. And that's just a shout out to everyone that helps us, because that's respect. And, don't think that we don't notice that. And we aren't going to repay you, and God isn't going to repay you in full, because our major deal is coming. But it takes us bouncing around to all these places and building relationships, and we're doing it.
Yeah. So who have you worked with locally who have you worked with locally, and then who have you not worked with that you would like to work with? And that's either artist, producer, videographer, whoever.
I would say videographers that I want to work with locally. I would love to work with Teo Shot This, not because he works with a lot of people and he's like, but because of the controversy that haters tried to start between me and him. So I would like to work with him just to like, have the revenge on the haters all around that don't want to see like people that are having influence come together and work together. They want to see us like divided. Like there's people that don't want to see me and you doing this. Right
really?
Here. Yeah, like somewhere.
Probably.
Maybe they're mad at you. Maybe they're mad at me. They don't want to see us doing anything. But producers, who I don't care work with from yeah. Producers from here, I would say, I don't know, because producing is a motherfucker. Like producers are the rappers, and only producers really know that. We're the ones in the studio that literally dictate the vibe. And because I produce my own music and I have my own flavor, I don't really think that like it's safe for me to be in a room of producers if they aren't like Kanye West or Scott Storch, because my thoughts and what I say on my mind be so like to the stars that like I could rub someone the wrong way, or like I could make them feel a certain type of way. And I don't want that. Artists, I worked with so many artists already from San Antonio. I mean, it's so crazy. Who do I not have a song with? Who do you want to see me work with? Let me ask you that. Who should I work with?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, like what artist, videographer, producer? So maybe you'll put me on something.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me some options or something like that.
Some options.
Because I'm sipping this drink too, so
yeah.
I'm feeling good. I've been like taking it to the head.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of just like off the dome, like quick. Like artists, friends.
Anyone.
Have you heard of Alien Babe?
No. Alien Babe?
Babe, yeah.
Interesting name. I like that name. I love Alien, so I'm already a fan.
Yeah, then you would love her.
She's a what? Singer, rapper?
She's a singer. I will show you off camera.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Alien Babe, we might have a collab coming up. Thank
yeah.
thank Natasha for that.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Let's see. Videographers. I know like I believe he's like 8K. Have you worked with him?
8K. I feel like I've heard of bro, but I just don't know where. But
He's a cool guy too.
okay,
I'll show
cool.
you
Gotta
him
meet
too.
8K. What up?
Yeah. I know like King Tez. You know King Tez?
King Tez, I do. That's
Okay.
the bro. I think that is one person I would collab with. I like his reggaeton song. I heard it one time in the club. It played next to the song that the DJ was playing of mine. And I felt like he has a dope reggaeton style that I would love to hop on and compliment. So yeah, shout out to King Tez, man.
Yeah. I know a lot of like the Hana artists. I'm trying to think of, I mean, you could do crossovers.
Yeah, I could do anything. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's you're just touching on topics that are like real. It's like, understand that in this music thing in San Antonio, there's never been an artist to be able to do the things that I could do when it's just me in the room. I'm the person that you put in the studio by myself, and I'll be able to create an album or more quicker and faster and better than what you could do with a team of people helping you in the same studio, in the same space. And that is the heartbreaking part of it all. That is something no one will be able to contest. And that's why the people that call themselves GOATs of San Antonio are scared to rap with me. They're scared to rap with me. They're scared to sing with me. They don't want to stand next to me. You know why? Because all that capping that you do to your girl and your homies, it don't seem that real when you standing next to the real deal. Only 3. And that's why you try to evade me every chance that you get. But trust, I'm going to be so big that I'll make it to where you cannot do that. So you might as well put your pride to the side, throw it on the floor, come work with me. Let me help you make a banger, because there ain't no artist that could do a verses with me. I could just play my last 2 albums alone. Just the singles off the albums. No one. Period. Like, you might have 1 song or 2 or 3, but when you're talking about, when you consider the fact that I produced the songs and I engineered them and I wrote them, it's a different level. Now you start to compare me to Kanye's and Drake's and Lil Wayne's. Like, and then I have a project that I'm working on right now that I've literally, this is exclusive for your podcast, where I'm on my best rapper alive shit. Like, and Lil Wayne, when I tell you Lil Wayne's not even rapping like me right now, when I'm going in, trust that like this is a legendary moment where someone had to like defy everyone that's trying to defy me. It's not gonna happen. You're not the GOAT. I'm way past that level of being the GOAT. I'm on some alien shit. That is why I gotta go to Miami. I gotta go to LA, because when I get there, they're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing over there? They ain't like, they don't even think of San Antonio music.
Dang, shots fired.
And, like missiles. Like missiles.
Like grenades. Like just,
but it's crazy because they don't respect you until you disrespect them. But when I literally pull up to your event and with love, and I'm like, yo, here's some beats. Here's my number. Hit me up. Let's get in the stew. What do you get from that?
Yeah.
But when I'm on these podcasts disrespecting, then your ears go up. What did he say? This and that. Now you want to make diss tracks about me. Where's the energy when it's just love?
Do you have diss tracks?
Yeah, there's diss tracks about me that I never heard.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, they're not even. If you're gonna diss me on a hit song. Make it a hit. Make it interesting for me. Yeah. Like, don't diss me and it be a bad song. Like, fuck, you're not even gonna get me to stream it. Like, how's the song about me, but I don't even want to stream it? Should be crazy out here. Like, literally.
Wild.
Hey,
no. What's crazy though
what?
is that as confident as you are, because you are, right? And I love the confidence. I'm also confident. You are also a very sweet guy.
Very, like,
and
very.
I think people don't realize that. Like, they see this, like, yes, you are very confident, but you are, like, you do, like, show love. You do support. Like, you do, like, right after we met, I had, like, events, and you're like, yeah, I'll pull up. And you did. And, like, that meant a lot to me. Like, even, like.
A few.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yes.
Not just the time after.
Yeah, and, like.
And I would do that for anyone that shows Summer Never Ends love. I mean, it ain't even got to be me. You could show love to Shadia. Yeah. I'm going to pull up for you just because Shadia told me you showed her love. That means a lot to me. But you know what? There's people that hate Shadia. Why? There's women that hate her because she works with me and she does her own thing. She's not looking for your
like approval.
or
Yeah.
your what do they call that when like you know, it's not approval but
Validation.
validation.
Mm.
I'm lit. Keep in mind, guys. Sorry. I'm lit right now.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need validation either. You're just gonna
Mm.
do what you do, and there's people that don't like that. They feel like you got to talk to them first because like they are holding themselves up. But at the same time, why would you need validation from any other woman, right? I'm just talking about you when that other woman doesn't even have a podcast, or she don't have the degree that you just got, or she don't have the pink Tessie outside. You know what I mean? Like just type shit. Like
Yeah.
that's like me. We're in the studio and some random person comes in and tells me how to make the banger, but like you don't have any.
You know what's wild to me though is it's not even the women that say shit. At least not to my face. It's men.
No, for sure.
Men that are like, oh, I can teach you how to do something. Like you can teach me how to do what?
Exactly.
Because like, no, you can't.
But you're
you can't
no
teach
one.
me how to do anything.
Like your influence is like that small. Like no one ever tries to be like you. Literally, it be those type of people. But you know what's crazy is that those type of people never are the example.
But it's men that don't even have a podcast.
Exactly.
So I'm like, how are you going to teach me about how to podcast when you don't have a podcast?
Like literally, bro. And this is what I would tell them, because I grew up, I was raised by nothing but women,
Yeah.
right? So I got a spot in my heart for women. Like I'm a protector of them. If you look at my last 2 albums, it's mostly women on my features. Why is that? Because women feel most comfortable around me because they know that ain't no other dude finna come in and like start tripping. Like I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Anyways, damn, what the fuck were you talking about now? I'm fucking lit. Where was I going with that?
About men telling me how to like do how to podcast when they don't podcast. Like
I'm fucking lit. I feel like I was gonna make a super point, and this fucking
that women are comfortable around you.
Yes. Damn, I'm fucking lit. It happens all the time. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Blame it on the blue Hawaiian that's extra strong, the blue margarita.
Dang.
It's lit. That's my favorite.
Oh.
But yeah, I was probably gonna lead to I don't even know. I'm trying to catch the thought again. Fuck. It happens.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But fuck the haters too.
I mean,
That's all to end that. Fuck them.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. What I would tell those men that tell you try to do like how you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. If we put you in a room with 100 women, homie, how many would you leave with? That should dictate how cool you are. Because I doubt you're gonna leave with any. That was a trick question.
Yeah. I mean, I would leave with some.
Exactly. But I can put Shorty in the room. She gonna leave with some. You won't though.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and have a seat in the corner. Be a good boy. The fuck is wrong with you? Period. That's what I was gonna say. I'm glad I caught my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be acting so cool. But yet these the same dudes that are so froze up around baddies. Like put you around models and you're scared to talk. Like you're not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But you are around your bros, bitch. You're fucking just tell your bros that you're in love with them. Let's be real.
I've run across men recently, very recently, that they're so quick to tell me what they do. And they'll talk and talk.
Yeah,
Oh, I know this person.
that
I know
pisses
that
me off
person.
too.
I do this and I do that. Not once did they even say, other than what's your name, did they say, what do you do? Like, it's not a conversation.
You know what I mean?
It's like them just trying to brag about what they do. And I'm like, I don't care about, like, no offense, but like, that doesn't make me like, oh, you met so-and-so. Oh my God. Like, I don't care who you met. Like, now, if you can
That's
bring
crazy.
something.
If I bragged about who I met,
Right.
think about who I'd be. If I was like, can you believe I met such and such? Yeah, I'm so cool.
Like, I mean, I've met so many people,
Crazy.
but it doesn't matter because unless you have forged a relationship with that person and you can bring something to me with it, then what does it matter who you met?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That is so weird.
It's just wild
Weirdo
to
shit.
me. It's wild. I'm like,
Super weirdo
all
shit.
right,
Right.
yeah.
Name
But
dropping.
I think it's like them trying to peacock.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you.
that's why we're in a city full of peacocks.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, for sure. Peacocks, women and men. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But because I love people more than they love themselves, I'm never one that's gonna stop you from having so much confidence. Like if you feel because at the same time you need confidence, right? But if you are a peacock, like I'm gonna let you parade around. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really bothering me. I'm a shark. Like I'm not a peacock. I'm a shark. So yes, people could say, oh, he has so much confidence. But at the same time, ask anyone that personally knows me, not people that have heard of me. Anyone that personally knows me, went to school with me, grew up with me, has any interaction with me, will tell you firsthand that I'm the person out of anyone that will come and show you.
Mm-hmm.
I will prove it to you. And you'll be like, yo, I see why this motherfucker's so popular. I see why he's able to do all these things. Like, he's really the real deal. And then when I take you to LA and my homies from LA tell you the same thing, you're going to be like, yo, it ain't just when he's in San Antonio either. Then when we go to Miami and Miami people tell you the same thing, like, yeah, he came and did that, then you're going to know this shit. You're not only 3. You're not Natasha. You're not Shadi Crespo. You're not Summer Never Ends. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because you ain't fooling us. We got too many people here trying to fool us and make us believe, oh, you're this and that. But, you know, if you're an artist hitting me up or trying to hate on me, but like you ain't got no bangers, best believe I'm the person that's going to ask you to play me some shit. Mm-hmm. And that's when we're going to find out who you really are.
And I think it's about keeping it real 100% of the time. Like,
100%.
This is who I am 100% of the time. I don't put on fronts. I don't lie about shit. I don't like this. I am like what you hear, what you've seen, what you know about me.
You've always been like this. Like you literally were you last year. Yeah. Literally. Nothing. I mean, there's not. I mean, you've gotten more successful since then, and I've seen like more doors open for you. But like, even sitting here in the chair, you're not like, it doesn't come off like, oh, I've achieved this in a year. Like, no, you're still Natasha, and that is great. Keep that about you.
Yeah. Still humble.
That's what people love about you, even if they don't remind you. And sometimes we do think as humans, like, what do people actually love about me? Best believe people love that about you.
Yeah.
When you never change, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I could still kick it with my homies in the hood that I was in the sandbox with in first grade. And even though they may have fucking 5 followers and they see like my followers go up, it ain't nothing, bro. Cause if Instagram got deleted today, you would still know I'm a savage. Mm. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Period.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that we talked again a year ago about you, like your dream of taking over like Alamo Dome, the AT&T Center, like just doing it. Like that's your dream. Like, is that still your dream?
For sure. I mean, it's coming, but it is very taskful. There's a lot of tasks. There's a lot of people that you got to connect with, especially in San Antonio. And we're talking about something that's never been done. So I'm kind of like writing the storybook as I live my life. And it's a lot of relationships building, showing people that you can do it without them is the number one thing. Yeah. You know, San Antonio's not going to truly love me until they see I'm signed by the biggest artist out of LA or Miami or with the biggest label in New York.
So what label would you want to be with right now?
Right now, I'm gonna say Young Money because that's always my dream label. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind being with OVO. I wouldn't. Oh, but let me scratch that. I wanted to be Young Money last year when you asked me that question, or when we were talking about that, and I told you that. In today's time, I want to sign to Pharrell. Okay. Star Trek. Okay. I feel like I'd be the perfect person for him to sign because he's not just signing an artist; he's signing a rapper, singer, producer, engineer, actor, and a model. And just entertainment star, period. And I feel like that's going to be huge for the rebirth of his record label. And it's going to make him a lot of money, of course, make us both a lot of money. But I also want to model Pharrell's clothes, not just the Louis Vuitton, but the Bape and the BBC and the ice cream clothes, because I used to be a skater when I was young before I did music. So, yeah. I would say Pharrell. Pharrell's going to definitely holler at me, so I'm sure this clip is going to be a famous clip. It's going to be one of those clips like, remember when Only 3 said that? Yeah. That's this moment right here, and I love it. Yeah. You're in it. You're in it. So
I am in it, yeah.
This is part of that. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So what's next for you?
What's next for me? Continuing to shark. I mean, again, we leave everything up to the universe, and the universe provides for us as summer never ends. So I can't really tell you our schedule, like if it's like down packed. Sure. But it seems like the universe has in store for us more music, radio interviews, podcast shows, appearances, a lot of modeling, acting. Of course, we're on our way to a major record deal, so that's definitely closer than ever. But We definitely want to continue to travel the world. I feel like that's what we love to do the most is traveling. We love to go on trips. We love to be at the beach. We want to keep summer never ending. So when summer technically ends weather-wise somewhere, we go to this where it's summer somewhere else, and that's how we keep it going.
So what's your dream trip?
My dream trip. I've been to so many places. Um, my dream trip. I want to check out Brazil. I've never been there. I want to check out Japan.
I feel like you would do so good in Japan.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you blow up. Like they would
Yeah.
eat you up.
No, for sure. Japan.
Yeah.
Where else? What other beach should I go to?
All the beaches.
I've been to like Jamaica, Belize, Cozumel. I love Cozumel's beach. Where else? I love South Beach. I'm the king of South Beach. Let's not forget that. I mean, I'm the new king of South Beach. They love me in Sobe.
Hey.
Literally, they want me up all night till 7 in the morning partying on the block. But yeah, wherever the sharks are, I'll be there. That's for sure.
Okay.
The sharks. That's where I'll be.
All right. So I do have a question for you from somebody. They want to know what you're doing this Friday from 6:30 to 9:30.
This Friday from 6:30 to 9:30? Oh, that is
specific.
That is a very good question because Friday is my birthday.
No way.
9/1 on Virgo gang. Shout out to the Virgos in the building.
Oh, I love Virgos.
So that's to be determined. I have no idea. I might be out of town. My nephew, he plays for U of H, so I might go to Houston early because the game is on Saturday.
Okay.
And that might be the time that my whole family flocks to Houston for this weekend for that first game against UTSA. Shout out to UTSA though. I know that my nephew is on the other team, but I'm still San Antonio all the way. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know yet. I'm sorry to whoever asked that. I really don't know what to tell you right now.
I know who it is, and it's because he's throwing an event. It is a Neo Soul event, and that's another person that I think you'd be good with if you haven't already worked with Sacred Fantasy.
Sacred Fantasy. I think I've heard of Sacred Fantasy or seen their ad somewhere.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Oh, it's a she.
Yep.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's a whole nother vibe.
I would love to come to the event if I can, believe me. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So we'll be in touch.
Yeah. We'll be but it will be my birthday. So, you know.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I'm in it. I'm just happy to be born in September. You know what I'm saying? No shade to anyone though. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're lit.
I mean, it's true.
You feel me?
I love my Scorpios and I love my Virgos. So, yeah.
Well, what are you? You're a Scorpio?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, got you.
But
what is it about Scorpios and Virgos that makes you say that?
So me and Virgos are super compatible. So like our work ethic is very similar. And our communication styles are very similar. And because Capricorns are known for work. Work.
I had no idea.
That's all we do.
I had no idea Capricorns were known for work.
We're known for all we care about is money and work.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to the Capricorn women out there.
Thank you.
That money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, shit, where's the money?
Yeah. It's not even a materialistic thing. It's just
it's just what you're naturally,
so,
you're a hustler.
Yeah.
Got you.
So I'm just that's all I do. So either you get on the train with me or because I'm going to keep moving.
You know what I mean? Period. Yeah. You can't stop for no one.
Yeah. And then as far as Scorpios are fire, they're fire signs. And so they're super loyal. Really good friends to have, not great enemies to have.
Not great enemies to have. I know that for a fact.
As far as friendships, they're the best.
I love that.
Yeah. And same, they work a lot too, but I surround myself with like-minded people.
As you should. So yeah. I mean, I feel like it's huge for your success and just your happiness, period. You could be around the wrong person and the wrong group of friends and be unhappy all the time and not realize why until you realize why.
Yeah.
And that was me for a long time. I literally don't hang with no one. And that's not a shot to none of my day one homies or my friends that I grew up with. But it's better for me at this point that I work by myself. And I'm always by myself because I get shit done. And there is no other energies infused in the energy that I'm giving to the world. It's just me. And since I realized that and cut that off, everything has gone swell.
And I think that's the hard part is people people get like offended. Like,
no, yeah, it's
well, how
super
come,
hard.
you know,
It's
how come
crazy.
you don't talk to me anymore? How come we're not friends? You don't fuck with me anymore? But like, I can't.
Exactly.
And it's not you. It just, I am a firm believer that people outgrow other people. And
That's
I think
facts.
that's okay. And I think we need to normalize that and have that conversation of like, you're in my life for this season for a reason, but it could just be this season.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we can learn from each other, we can grow, we can whatever, but it doesn't mean it's forever. And I think a lot of people have that misconception that, you know, oh, like, we're friends, we're going to be friends forever. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
But that's not something that it should like be an automatic, like, no, we have to be friends forever. And if not, then like,
exactly. Then we're, I hate when people say like, if you're like not friends with someone anymore, and it's like you never really were friends because like real friends last forever. That is true. Cause like you could, I mean, that's not true, but it is true that real friends last forever because like you could have a homegirl for 5 years, right? And then y'all might not see each other for 10 years. But if that homegirl is really your homegirl, it doesn't matter if y'all went 10 years. Because when y'all see each other again, it's like y'all were together the whole 10 years. Because y'all's vibe is that real. People that literally you kind of separate from and then they get all offensive, like they never really were your friend. And it's only pissing them off because they were using you for something. And they can't use you for that anymore. And you brought up another crazy thought. You know, you ever seen that podcast interview? It's always on Instagram. It's when Nipsey Hussle says like that you're really gonna, it's when you make the stance of like you're willing to die behind something is when you really start to, you know, get at whatever you're trying to get at. But that is true when you like actually realize to yourself, like, I'm willing to die inside, meaning like if family has to go, friends have to go, a lover has to go. You're willing to die inside for your actual dream that's pulling you another direction. That's when you really, really start to get at this shit, like for real. I made that stance in 2020. And I told myself that I was willing to die inside and actually on the outside, like willing to die for my dream is when God took my soul and transformed me into only 3 and made me a shark. Before then, I was a great person and all that stuff too, yes. But it's when I let God in it is when I really, like, he showed me images of what I could be and the confidence I could hold, but like it be based off something. And that is who you are now seeing now. So 10 years ago, yes, I was confident, but I was not this. I'm only this now because of God.
Yeah, I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. It's easy to say, oh, I do this. This is me. Like, I like to thank me for being me. You know what I mean? But that's not it. It's God.
No, really, it's all God. Like, I can't take any credit. And when I begin to, it's when God will have, or when you begin
humble
to,
you.
God will humble you so quick.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, and you'll be like, how did my life turn into this?
Yeah.
God was controlling it the whole time, and he steered it off the road because you thought
it was
the one driving.
Yeah, I tell, because people are like, how do you do it? How do you do everything that you do? And
For
I
real.
tell them, like, Jesus, adrenaline, and Red Bull, and that's it. And also sponsor me, Red Bull. Thank you.
Shout out.
Yeah. But it's true. Like, it's not me. Like, it's the support I have. It's my faith. It's my spirituality. It's, you know, friends, family, like my kids are my motivation, you know, like all of that, but also learning to like motivate myself.
What advice would you give to anyone that wants to do what you do, but like they have it all written down, the steps that you just said, like, you know, you keep all these things and you keep faith in all these things, but like, what is it actually that you possess or something about you that could help someone truly get like, be like you, not just like you, but like in their own way?
Yeah. Stay humble, but also quitting's not an option. It's not an option.
Not taking no. So like, if I'm a dude who's like, I have an opportunity, but like I'm telling you no, what is your energy towards me? Like, or a woman?
What do you mean? And as far as what?
Like say if you need something to happen for you to go to like another level.
Okay.
And I'm holding an opportunity or that door over your head, but I'm telling you no.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that quitting's not an option.
Yeah.
Then what's next?
Okay, so why no?
There you go.
If your answer
That's the secret.
Right. Like,
that is the secret right there. Why no?
Yeah, why? And tell me, because if there's a legitimate reason, and if it's, oh, well, because I need you to maybe level up. All right, cool. Give me a second. And I'll do that. If that's, but I also am firm that or am a, you know, proponent for like, I'm good enough.
Mm.
So if it's truly like you don't want me because you feel like I'm not good enough, yes, I'm going to get better. I'm going to continue to evolve and do better, and doors are going to continue to open for me. But if you don't feel like I'm good enough because you just don't feel like I'm good enough, that's a you thing. That's not a me thing, because I am good enough. I'm more than enough.
Right.
So.
And they could try to project themselves on you because they're not really good enough. And that is what you just said is my technique all the time. I do the why no. And then if someone's still like, no, I'm like, is it because you're a little bitch and you don't want to admit it to yourself in the mirror? And then usually that's when doors just fucking open.
Yeah. So a lot of people also don't understand that a lot of people project.
Yeah.
And so I am fully aware of that. And so if you're coming at me a certain way and you don't know me, because if you know me, you're not going to come at me like that. That's just, I am a good person. I know that I am. So if you're coming at me, then I'm like, what's going on with you? Like, you know, is there some like trauma? Is there some hurt? And it could be old, it could be new. But what's going on with you that you're treating me a certain way when I know I didn't deserve it?
Right.
So rather than me getting like offended, like, oh my God, I can't believe, I'm like, no, something's going on with them.
Right. That's facts.
Yeah. I think remembering
I just had a conversation with Shadi about that thing yesterday.
Yeah.
About the same thing. That's so crazy that you say that.
It's true though.
Something could be going on with someone else, and you know, it could be the wrong time to have a certain convo, but when you're our type of people, there is no wrong time. It's like the urgency in us is so real that we have to push through like whatever you're going through to get what we have to get done. You may not understand that. You may think, oh, all these people just want something from me. But I have a saying that, like, keep in mind, when I told you last time when I first met you, like, I'm the person from SA that grew up in the hood in San Antonio, right down the street, literally, Rigsby Ave, all the way over here across the Denver Heights, went to Bragg High School. But 2 days after I graduated high school at 17 years old, I moved to LA and lived in the hood, South Central, where they shot the movie Friday. That's famous. That's world known. Yeah, my grandma lives blocks away from there. It's not really a movie. And I lived there till I was about 24, 25. Then I came back to San Antonio with a whole nother mind state. But during that time of living in LA, I grew up in Hollywood too, because I have family there and I got to stay there too. And I can tell you that there's a famous saying that is known throughout those whole blocks from Sunset to Hollywood, and that people live by out there. And that's why so many stars around the world gravitate towards there. It's because if you can't be used, you're useless. San Antonio people, let me tell you, you're never going to make it out of this fucking town if someone can't use you. Stop getting upset if someone wants to use you, because if you can't be used, you're fucking useless. I love when people want to use me. I don't even care if it's for free. That's why I'm different than you. And you know what? I ain't got to charge for certain things. I don't have to motherfucking even get gas money to go to certain places. You know why? Because I know that God has me there, and what I'm going to get outweighs the money that you could pay me or the gas money that you could send me to get there, to show up for you looking like this in real life, being who I am. That is a secret to sharking. You let God into your life, God will take care of the expenses. However he does, that ain't up to you. Where the money comes from, that ain't up to you. But let someone use you. That's the secret to being only 3. I don't know what Natasha's secret is, but I love when people use me. In fact, I make myself of use. It's easy for people to work with you when you make it easy for people to work with you. If you're one of these fucks, these snobs out here walking around thinking, oh, I'm this big fucking shit, and like, you got to go through all these steps to work with me, it's probably because subconsciously, you know you ain't that person. You ain't never going to be that person. And you really ain't got no one that you could say you worked with that would interest me. So you make me go through all these obstacles to work with you just to find out you were not the person that I needed to work with. That is what I run into so much out here. But I don't find that in LA. I don't find that on the blocks in Miami. Motherfuckers is on the corner begging you to use them. I brought this energy back from LA when I saw the hunger of the artists there. Because there's so many great artists that the ones that actually get used have to be out there like almost fucking naked, like, use me, scream. And this is like a random story, right? You know Sway in the Morning? You know Sway, the dude with the dreads?
Yeah.
There's a real clip somewhere on the internet, you can find it, where he's talking about Tyga, the one that was signed to Young Money.
Mm-hmm.
He says literally to Tyga in an interview, he goes, I remember when you stood, when no one knew you, and you stood outside the gate of the Nickelodeon building every day begging for someone to listen to your song before someone passed it on to Lil Wayne.
But that's what it takes.
But that's what it takes. And we're talking about an LA artist.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think you have to do when you're coming from San Antonio? Not Houston, San Antonio. Because, you know, Houston people really don't fuck with us. They act like it because y'all pay them fucking money to come fuck with us. But if you didn't, they wouldn't. But we can't talk about that, right? Because we're so close. Houston people don't fuck with us. Do you think these Houston artists want to put a San Antonio person on? When did they ever do that? The only artist that I've ever heard of doing that from Texas is Chameleonaire. He put on Lil Ken, but he never actually put Lil Ken on a hit. On one of his hits. Why did you think that never happened? Why do you think Dallas people don't really fuck with us like they claim until y'all pay them?
I mean, Paul Wall put on, you know, King Kylie.
King Khalid never has had a hit song. King Khalid's not an inspiration to me. He's not an influence to any artist from San Antonio that really is a GOAT. King Khalid is smoke and mirrors to us, but we'll let everyone else, you know, do all the fucking talking they want to. Like, I'm not gonna hate and say bro can't have his career. Like, have your career.
Yeah.
But like, King Khalid can't tell me to my face that he inspired me, that he's an influence to me, that he's ever tried to help me. I've been in many studios with bro. How many times did he ever say, hey, 3, come hop on the track? But I bet you if I was from Marbach, I'd be on a feature already.
You think so?
Because those niggas pay. Like, I'm a better artist than you. Why would I ever pay you? You don't sing like me. You don't look as good as me. You don't rap like me, not even nearly. You can't make beats like me. You can't engineer your songs like me. Why would I pay you when it just don't make sense?
Okay.
That's just how I be feeling. But that ain't even the drink. That's just real talk.
Tell me
But
how
like,
you really feel.
that's what people be scared to say. That's what people literally be scared to say. I'm not though, because you can't stop me.
So I love that you're not scared to say it. Like, I think more people should say how they feel.
No, facts.
Truly how they feel.
Fact. We gotta stop applauding mediocrity. That's San Antonio's #1 issue. We clap for motherfuckers that's mediocre. These motherfuckers is not great like that. And there are some, but those some get shunned out. Because again, when you're the fastest horse, they don't want you to race. They don't want you in the race.
Yeah.
We already know you're going to win. We don't want you to race. We want to push you to the side and act like we want to make you a spectator, a special guest. We don't want you to actually be in the competition. That's what people try to do to me, but they realize they can't, because I don't have to make no calls. I don't have to call no producer, engineer, and none of that shit. I do it all myself and do it better than you and pull up and play my speaker next to yours. That's how you fuck them over.
Yeah.
You got to do it without them. That's what you will have to do to these fucks that try to stop you. You're going to have to do it without them. You're going to have to record all this, bring a big screen next to their show, play your shit.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be like, man, we can't do shit with her. Let's bring her in. Try it one time and watch what happens to you.
Yeah.
Wait till I take the loudest speaker ever and
can't-
put it in front of 98.5 to beat
Yeah.
and make them fucks hear it every time they walk out.
Yeah.
I dare you to go to one of these clubs that they pay you 98.5 DJs to be at and play another local artist and act like them niggas is hotter than me. You're out of your fucking mind, homie. You're a joke.
Yeah, if you can't fight them, join them, right?
Hey, Hamburger is a joke.
Oh.
Period.
Oh.
And anybody that reps the type of energy that he has, you're a fucking joke and you're a has-been. And when I blow up at the top of the world and I buy that radio station and fire you and have you working at Home Depot, your fucking energy better be the same.
So why she's all, hey. Why? Okay. So I'm assuming it's because these people have specifically done something to you. Because I don't think you talk just to talk.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
It's always them first. But whenever anyone tries to do some hater shit like that to me, they don't realize, like, it'll be a point where you're gonna have to stand on that. This is the moment where you're gonna have to stand on that.
All right.
And it ain't gonna stop either, because the thing is, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep pressing you. You don't negotiate with sharks. You don't tell a shark, all right, bro, I know you're going to eat me, but just take half my body. No, I'm going to take the whole thing, homie. That's the moment that we're living in right now, with only 3 swimming through this motherfucking town. That's where we're at right now. So while I'm on your platform, it's your platform. But I gotta say on your platform to the people that think that they're gonna dictate how this shit goes, fuck you. Like with a big middle finger, because I'm the biggest shark. Me. I'm the influence of influences. Me, not you, me. That's why you can't stand next to me. You don't seem as cool. I'm going to say that again because I want certain people to hear that shit when they come back and watch this shit. You ain't that when you stand next to me, and you know why.
Okay, so who's your dream artist then to work with?
Lil Weezy.
Okay.
And I believe to be a Lil Weezy and a Kanye and a Drake, you got to be able to say this shit and not give a fuck what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne will be in this chair talking the same shit. Because you know what? If he believes in his heart he's the best rapper alive and he will go out there and prove it, so only 3. But I'm not just saying I'm the best rapper alive. I'm saying that I'm going to be one of the biggest artists ever. And this is only the beginning of me. Even though people have known me since I was young, this is the beginning of me.
Yeah. And
what I'm going to do as the rapper, singer, engineer, producer, actor, model. Like, big question, right? How is anyone going to stop me from doing all that successfully?
Right.
Like, okay, let's say you stop me from getting a certain feature. How are you going to stop me from being the producer, the model, and the actor, and the engineer, then the rapper, and then it keeps on rotating, and you're trying to stop me in any kind of hater way. But I keep on evolving into the next thing. You can't.
Yeah, you keep moving.
Keep moving, just like you said. Yeah. This shit don't stop for no one.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But I can't live in a city forever where motherfuckers are scared to tell the truth. San Antonio is considered bland to other cities and states because of the people that I named. But you can't tell them that. Why?
But so just a question then, like, why can't you stay here and make it that?
No. You could stay here and make it lit because I'm proving that you can, and certain other people are proving that you can in their own lanes.
Yeah.
But there's only one thing. It takes a lot more time.
For sure. Yeah.
So if I could save time, I will travel out. Yeah. That's the only thing.
But you always rep San Antonio.
But if you watch the Power 96 Miami interview, where people are like, yo, bro's from Miami, right? I'm like, no, I'm from San Antonio, but I am from Miami, though. Thank y'all for claiming me. Yeah. Because I've been in my city how long? How many years? Never once has a radio DJ brought me up.
Really?
From 90.5. But the Power 96 legendary station, dude meets me, and 2 minutes later, I'm in the station. Yeah. Because he's like, oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah. I met a lot of artists today, but, like, you're the one I'm going to bring up. I wasn't even part of the event that was going on. But, like, you can't tell that to a 90.5 DJ. That's when you're going to break their heart. Because then at that moment, this moment, you're going to realize you're not the genius that you think you are. How many hit songs have come from San Antonio compared to the Power 96 in Miami? Yeah. Or LA, where they love me as much? Yeah. But you can't tell them that. Yeah. Why? Because everybody's been scared to before me. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I know how this shit ends. This shit is predetermined for me. You may not. You may think, oh, nah, I ain't got to fuck with no one. Bro, okay. Keep that energy. Yeah. Because I'm going to make you stand on that. Yeah. Threezy will. The one from Southeast from Rigsby Ave that you can't talk about because I'm really the one that got the savages for real. Not, from these other places. Bro, we going to make you stand on that. Period. Whenever you see that tower, San Antonio artists, producers, and podcast people, just know you're in my hood. Whenever you see that tower in that Alamo Dome, you're in my hood, not your homies. I pull up, I'm going to show you who run the town for real. But I'm not going to pull up because I'm too busy doing bigger shit. Pulling up on Natasha.
It's true. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? But where are we at now? Where's this building at?
On the east side.
On the east.
Yeah. And this is where I grew up. I grew up off of Nolan.
And the hardest, yeah, exactly. Nolan, period, though. She talking about blocks. You know, I noticed the one thing about all these artists from San Antonio, especially the ones that like be tatted up on the face, they're all super hood until you ask them, what street did you grow up on? What's the name of it? Nolan. I'm from Rakes B Ave. I grew up in the Alphabet Streets area. Where are you from, though?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Literally,
Oh, it's always
yeah.
it started looking. It
Yeah.
starts scattering. Their brains start scattering.
No, like and I'll tell people like, my childhood was spent on Nolan and Cooper.
That's fire.
And those,
When I met you, you told me that. You was like,
Yeah.
yeah, Denver Heights, and I was like, oh yeah, she's one of them ones.
Yeah, but
I told you that.
Yeah, but I went to school in the north side, and people were like, "Oh, well, no, well then you're north side." Well, no, but I like majority of my childhood was spent on the east side, so I'm both, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, like I don't feel like you have to like rep a certain part of town or claim a certain part.
And you
of town.
know what? There ain't nobody that could tell you different because
No,
Threezy fuck with you.
it's true.
And I wish y'all would come for Natasha and have some ill words for her, because I will slap the shit out of you and take your bitch, homie. I don't give a fuck how long y'all been together. Nothing's gonna stop me from doing that. I don't know who the fuck you thought you was, but I am him. And everybody knows that about me. That's why you can't swim next to me, because I'm the biggest shark. You feel it when you're around.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't the coolest guy in the room no more. Huh? Let's clap it up for your bullshit. It's a rap. It's a fucking rap. And you know what? I'm glad you have me on this podcast talking shit off the drink, because it's not the drink. You feel me? It's real shit that we have to address. Let's stop applauding mediocre music, and let's put the people who actually are superstars in San Antonio in the same studio for one night with the producers that have the same dream, and let's see what comes out.
I agree.
No one's ever had that idea. Why? It's 2023.
I think it should happen.
All these powerful people in San Antonio, but no one's ever had the power to do that. Why?
So how do you say who's the best? Like, how do you determine that?
I think it's pretty known.
Okay.
And like what you just asked, trust me, like there's people that know the answer to that, but they can't accept it. And that's why that situation that I just talked about has not happened.
I think it should happen. I think that
you would love to be there, right?
Yeah.
Like tell the top 5 San Antonio artists to ever live in one building.
Yeah.
Not the ones that have the most followers.
Right.
The best. That like you could hear, okay, you're one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
5 in one studio with the 5 best producers for one night. Imagine what we would create. Because I know I'm in the building. Everyone knows that. I mean, that's across old and young artists. They already know.
That's why I say all the time, like, let's collaborate. Let's do it. Because, and I'm not saying I'm one of the best or anything like that, but I also know what I offer and what I bring to the table. So I'm like, I don't hate on anybody. You could do exactly what I do, but you're you and I'm me. And that's why I tell people, like, I don't have competition because I'm me. There's one of me. So let's collaborate. Right. And I think that more San Antonio artists should do the same thing. Like, you're badass. Like, let's get in the studio. Let's make something happen. That's how you make San Antonio, or that's how you put San Antonio on the map. And
you know what's crazy is that this is 2023 in the 7th largest city in America, right? And look at what we're talking about. Why did it take some people in Puerto Rico to do it before us? And that's how you get Bad Bunnies. That's how you get all these other reggaeton superstars, because they did it.
Yeah.
Prime example, that Te Boté song. On the remix, that song's like 7 minutes.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But like everyone held their own on one song, and that producer was from Puerto Rico. And I didn't know his name until he died.
Wow.
But they had a plan that I've been trying to put together for my city here way before I did.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm just trying to, really, really do it and not be, don't want to be one of those artists that are looking back in 20 years like, yo, why didn't we have one of those type of nights or one of those type of weekends where we put the GOATs together and see what music could come out. And you're a part of the evolution. Like, we need more podcasters and people just like you in general that will allow the truth to be told.
Absolutely.
Because some people will have me on their shit and like not play it because the person that I'm speaking about is their homie, or they want to impress them, so they'll cut the part out.
No, and my thing is like, you're a guest. You're here, and you're a grown ass man. You say whatever the hell you want to say. This is your brand. This is you. And anything that anybody ever says is not a direct reflection of me. I don't even know those people that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not the homies or anything. But no matter what, like, you say what you want to say. And that's what I tell people. Like, you can be on the podcast, but you have to be able to keep shit real. I'm not here for like candy coated shit, because life is not candy coated. It's not sugar coated. You know what I mean? Like, tell it how it is. I want the people to know who are listening, who are not just in San Antonio. The network I'm with is international.
Yeah.
So there's people all over the world potentially listening. I'm not even saying potentially listening, right? That are hearing what it's like to be whatever in San Antonio. So if this is what it's like to be an artist, then let's do better.
Literally.
Right?
No. I mean, I don't want to give anyone the impression that it's hard for me to maneuver and have all these doors open. But I made a decision a long time ago that I wouldn't just do this music shit for me. This is for the Rigsby Ave, Highland Park kids who want to be artists too.
Yeah.
And will have to deal with the same shit that I had to deal with before I allowed God into my music and my career, because of people that want to be gatekeepers or are not just visionary enough.
Yeah.
You know, because it may not be these people's fault. They may not just be, they might not have the vision that I have or that certain people have and see what we could be.
Yeah.
But whenever I said the part about like Houston and Austin and Dallas, like not really fucking with us, you said, like it hit you. But like, do you think that, like, can you object to that? Like, can you, like, honestly tell me from what you know, because you're a popular person. A lot of people know you. When is any of those cities, their top artists, giving an artist from San Antonio a shot ever?
That's the only example
at least in the industry that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like maybe I'm not speaking for like Tejano or rock or whatever,
Yeah.
like, because I'm not knowing those yet.
Yeah.
But just in like pop, R&B, rap alone, which are like three of the biggest genres, if not the biggest.
Yeah. So, like I said, the only person I could think of was Paul Wall and King Kylie.
Right. And is that song a hit? Like, did that song get those artists, or I know Paul Wall was signed, but did that song get Kylie signed to a major label? Like, when I say major, I mean like a Def Jam or like a Interscope or Capitol. Do you remember that ever happening?
No.
Okay, cool.
So what I do know, what I've heard from local artists though, especially in hip hop, is that they are better received in other cities, which is shitty. Like, I think if we're gonna spend, and I've said this multiple times, like like they dropped $3,000 down the street to see Nelly for a VIP table. Why are we not doing that for local artists? Why are we not putting money back into our own artists' pockets? Why are local artists doing so many free shows? And I get you have to put in the time, right? You have to prove yourself. I get that. I've done a lot of things for free to prove myself. But why are we not giving that same energy to local artists who are working just as hard?
Well, I know that, you know, kind of goes against what I'm saying, but we are talking about Nelly though, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nelly has some motherfucking hits. I mean, that's the dude, like, get to stomping in my Air Force Ones. I could see, you know what I mean, why people would drop bread to see Nelly. But yes, you are right. There are some artists from SA like myself who actually have bangers who, you know, but I am one of the few that actually go around traveling, not just to Austin or Dallas or Houston to promote, or even the city south. I actually go like across the nation. So yes, it does seem like a certain type of way for Summer Never Ends Records and me and Shadia, but it's very hard. But I can guarantee you this, Natasha, that it's different when you grow up in a city where you can ride the bus and be at the front door of a major label. So that's kind of an advantage that other cities have, but that's not a crutch. Yeah. Because for us, that's just a flight. And it makes our story a lot better. My story will be a movie because of all the things that I have had to do for my music dream, but it's not even done yet. This is only the beginning. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I totally get what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of whys and, you know, what if we could do this, but
and I think a lot of it too, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah.
I think a lot of it too is I know artists that are absolutely amazing here in San Antonio, born and bred, right? And they're just not getting they're not getting the airplay from, you know, local radio stations or whatever. They're not getting the love that they need. Like, nobody's promoting the shit out of these people. Like, for me, if I believe in you as a person and as an artist, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop your name in every room that you are not in, because I think that that's important. I think that that's what it's about. And I would expect the same in return, right? And I think that that's not happening enough. So many people are quick to be like, oh, you know, no, I don't
And
like
when you
that
say
one
like
song.
so many people and that are like that, like describe like who are these people? Because, you know, that's the only way you change things, is if you name people, if you make them feel uncomfortable. I'm the king of that.
Yeah.
That's why these people fucking, they can put on a smile around me, but in private, they probably fucking hate that I was next to them, because I make them feel so uncomfortable. I don't care about who I name, because I know that you're not going to be able to say what I say about you. You're not going to be able to say that same thing about me back.
No, it's people in general. It's not anything specific. Like, I've hosted events, like hip hop events too.
Really?
I have.
When?
In
the year that
Oh, yep.
Really?
Yeah.
We had an event? Were we out of town or something?
Maybe I emceed it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, which is like another thing. Like, somebody hit me up and they were like, "Hey, can you do this?" And I was like, "Never done it before, but yeah, let's do it."
Wait, are you talking about the event that you had with like the comedians and stuff?
No.
Because I was like, I was there.
No. This is a hip hop event.
Okay, got you.
And they did bring in Sunny the rapper. So I don't know if you know her, worked with her.
Got you.
She was super sweet.
Okay.
And so anyway, but I watch everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I talk a lot, but I also watch a lot.
Me too.
You know what I mean? And so seeing these local rappers perform and me watching everybody, and people are like ordering drinks, they're on their phones. Like, there wasn't even a thought of like, let me give this person a chance. Let me really try to listen to this beat. Let me really try to listen to these lyrics, these bars, right? That wasn't happening. And I'm like, why? Why is that not happening?
all the time too.
Right?
That's so crazy.
Right? But it's
Why do you think that
Nelly,
is?
and it's every song, and it's every lyric, and it's every, you know?
Why do you think that is though?
I don't know. I really don't. I want to get to the bottom of that.
Let's talk
If you're listening to this, and I'll make it a question. Why is that you don't give the same energy to local artists as you do to big artists? Because Nelly started somewhere, right? Paul Wall started somewhere. I'm just saying.
You're talking about shit that we talk about, me and Shadi, in the whip.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about these things and we're just like, wow. But, you know, her perspective, right? Because shout out to Shadia. She's a longtime Miami radio DJ who grew up with people like Pitbull and DJ Khaled. So she's seen firsthand what it takes to go from like the street kid working at the mall, then becoming like a world star.
Yeah.
To where like you're known everywhere.
Yeah.
And what she tells me is that it's the ones that make it are the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't like feel bad, and I know that you can't feel bad, and you just said that you don't at the beginning of the show. You don't feel bad for being a shark and doing what you have to do, regardless of if your friends are around, if, you know, shit's looking different in your life, and, you know, maybe there's opposition in the workplace. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We're the ones that actually make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just part of it.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm as successful as I am, or as successful as I'm going to be, I'm always going to be humble.
Exactly.
I'm always going to be like, I'm always like I don't know, like I'm a girl's girl for sure.
And maybe this is the moment, this episode is the moment where me and you and our forces figure out a way to put that platform together for those super dope artists to get realized and heard.
I'm already thinking about it. So we'll definitely be talking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Whether it's a show, it's a show like this or whatever, I know there's a way that we can do it.
There has to be a way.
There has to be a way. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And who's going to stop us?
Nobody.
No one's going to stop us from gangbanging and making you watch it.
Yeah.
Making you want to get on it. But it's only a matter of time for everyone's going to want to be on it. The hottest artists are going to make themselves seen, and, you know, we blow people up.
Yeah.
Because that's my whole goal. It's not just for me to make it and be like this huge person out of San Antonio. Like, I actually want to be the door. And I said that in a viral video that got criticized by so many, that I said there is no door to the music industry in San Antonio. But a lot of people saw that as like, actually there was a fake spam account that actually exists that took my post and put it on theirs and then made it about someone else, like specifically. But that wasn't the case. I was saying that because in every city where you find record labels, like major ones, or you find a major artist, there was always a super producer that opened the door.
Yeah.
Like even from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Like I think Rodney Jenkins is from Virginia Beach, and he opened the door for like Pharrell and all them.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think it, like if you never knew that, you would think, oh, Pharrell just made it out of Virginia.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's someone who can do a little bit of everything that pulls enough weight to get a door to open for now, like a whole city of artists.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty sure like could be anyone from Virginia Beach and blow up just the same way that there could be someone from Miami because of people from Miami before who opened that door.
Mm-hmm.
There's never been that from SA.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But there will be.
But there will be. It's
Yes.
it's happening as we speak.
Yeah.
But it's because of the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes. And that's it too.
Keeping it real.
People don't understand what it takes. It is 24/7. I tell people like I'm working even when I'm sleeping, because I wake up and I'm immediately answering emails, phone calls. I'm in meetings. I'm doing this. I'm doing lunch. And I don't post everything that I do. And I think that's the thing too, is like I post the fun stuff, right? Because y'all want to see the fun stuff.
Right. They want to see
or
the
you
want
to see like the cute stuff or the,
right.
the whatever.
Right.
And so I do that.
I do the same thing. Like I'm never going to post me on Instagram like sitting in my room writing for an hour.
Right. Which I have this like I go back and forth because people would love to see that, and I think people need to see that. But at the same time, it also allows like the haters to see that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which like I care, but I don't care. Mostly don't. But you know what I mean?
You don't want to give your secret away.
It's a sauce.
It's a sauce.
But I am the sauce.
You are the sauce.
You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway. Cool. So we actually are going to have to wrap up. I think this is actually my longest podcast.
It's lit.
But I love it. Like this conversation needs to happen.
It needs to happen.
So how do people find you and your music?
Go follow me on Instagram at only3 Sharkboy under the name. And then click on the link in my bio. It'll bring up everything about me that you need to go check out. Please check out every single link. I will follow you back. DM me. Let me know if you love what I talk about, if you hate what I talked about, if I'm a piece of shit or I'm your idol. Let me know either way. Yeah. I would love to holler at you. Shout out to Natasha again and the 210 podcast. We appreciate you at Summer Never Ends Records. It's been great.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we will continue to have these conversations, and we're going to make some shit happen. All right, guys. So follow me on Riverwalk Queen _ Nathaniel 210, just how the podcast is spelled. Again, share with your friends. Tell me what you think. Because I know y'all are going to have some opinions on this.
Oh, yeah. This is probably going to, this is that one episode where, shit got tricky and, we had to, but, we have to keep this shit real and we do it for the people. It's not for us. This is not for our personal gain. This is for you.
Yeah. And just so people know, in case you don't know, I don't edit. This is raw. So shit. Everything that we have talked about, you're going to hear every single word. I'm not going to edit shit out. And yeah, I hope that you listen. I hope that you have something to say. And yeah, like he said, reach out to him, slide in the DM, say what you need to say, and go from there. And yeah, so make sure you follow me, make sure you listen, make sure you share all of that, and support local artists always. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.